What up? What's good, people? What is up? What is they went from the 4th level of hell and sent us down to the 7th level of hell. Why? Because then you got Kwanzaa pulling out her titties. The whore pulled out her titties. And these whore bags over here started feeling and fondling on her tits. What?
I don't have it to do with you. Girl, you can go over there, rant and rave. Girl, you can shake all your rainbow bright hair all you want, dear one. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this with you, dear one. I'm not doing this with you, dear one. I don't have nothing to do with you, and I'm done. Baby, you can scream my name from the rooftops from now till Jesus come back. I'm done after this.
Introduced to Tick's Meat. Do you see what I see? Did y'all really hello, casting, wardrobe, y'all let him roll up out of wardrobe with these fans on, giving us all of this, thinking we were not going to see it? We have been waiting with bated breath and anticipating all season long for the slightest glimpse, and y'all just put it out there this episode in all of its magnificent glory.
Listen, that young man said, baby, you ate on this first date, you giving up the cooch on the first date, okay? Well, you gonna run me my coins. Run me my cooch or run me my coins. Run me my cooch or run me my coins. Run me my cooch or run me my coins. That's our new theme song. That is the new song. Listen, somebody need to put a beat to that. Run me my cooch or run me my coins. Run me my cooch or run me my coins. This what y'all got going on.
Called out Sandcastle. Sand, bitch. Ow. Oh my God, it was so funny, girl. Woo, baby, listen, let me tell you something. This shit started to turn into the precursor for some gay porn. That's what I thought it was. Because Big T is getting all, the voice starting to go deeper and get a little more wet and moist and sentimental and all this shit. And it was real gay at this point. Like, I thought the bitches was gonna, I thought Lil Murder was gonna turn Big T around and do him like he did Uncle Cliff and do the grease it up with City Lou and ran right in there. It's not a coincidence that Big T started off the conversation by trying to find out if Lil Murder was fucking Mercedes, which he found out he's not. It's also not a coincidence that he would start talking about prison. Why? Because the bitches was probably up in prison. Girl. Uncle Clifford, you better go get your man. Big T got plans for that. Well, he had it on look like something Big Bird vomited up or something like that. Like, I did not like it. That Big Bird couture he was going for, it did not work. Like, the pastor of a gay mega church on Easter Sunday. Okay, it was way too much sequins. He had way too much makeup. Baby, his face looked like Yala Van Zandt's neckline. Okay, just way too much makeup clumped in everywhere on his face. Get it together, sweetheart. Like, you're a big girl, so that gives you a whole lot of canvas. So that was a whole lot of makeup, honey. And Rico looked like he was auditioning to be one of the three kings, or he was auditioning to be the main character on Jesus Christ Superstar. Girl, Wayne, did you have on a blue thong or a blue G-string or something? If you did, I want to see it. Get me up in my DMs, I do want to see if you have some blue thong or blue jock strap, something like that. I'd love to see it. Anyway, but I liked it with the turtleneck. Now, Troy. Hello, people. Hello. How the hell are you? I feel like this hat is just not doing me right today, girl. She's just not doing me right today. I don't know why. Ugh. It's just, I might have to go get I have another brown hat that I can, let me go get my other brown hat. Hold on. All right. Maybe this one might go better. Okay, I'm going to do this one. Let's go with the corduroy. All right. Welcome to Run Your Mouth. I am L Teddy 27 here today to give you all of the news. I don't know what that was. To give you all of the news, politics, and stories that happened today while you were at work or doing what you do. Listen, y'all. What I'm not well with is waking up this morning and it being 12 degrees. No, it was a real thing this morning when I woke up. What I'm not well with, ladies and gentlemen, what I'm never going to be okay with is 12 degrees. Isn't this allegedly supposed to be the South? Isn't the South allegedly where birds fly to get away from the cold? Like, I'm trying to understand. Like, girl. Ch- mm. Oh, let me go ahead and say hey to y'all, and then we can get this party started, y'all. I just was not okay with that, y'all. 12. I'm 12. And that's what we're doing, 12. Hey, the inform. What's going on, sir? I'm glad to have you here. I'm glad you're first. Hey, I almost said pretty gray eyes. Hey, Janae, what's going on, beautiful? Hey, Quake, what's good? How is everything down to the Central Texas? Candace F, what's going on, my love? Was it cold down to the DMV today, Candace F? Mama Bees, how you doing today, sweetheart? How are you, my love? Hey, Butterfly, over on Twitch. Jay Parrish, what's up? I'm Jay Parrish. I tell you every day, I'm waiting for you to give me my update on the beef sector, and you ain't gave me nothing yet, Jay Parrish. I'm still counting on you. Hey, grown woman, don't try me. How are you? Has anybody tried you today? Grown woman, don't try me. Has anybody tried you today? Ravine, how cold was it up in New York today, Ravine? Was it real cold? How much snow do y'all have up there, Ravine? Hey, Twin Flames, you good today? Complex 613, what's going on, my love? How you doing? You are on time today, and we are very happy about that. Hey, Miss Kiki, Universal Goddess, suck my say, my love. Mm-hmm. Hey, Miss Shorty B. Hey, Demetria. What's going on? Demetria. What's going on? What is going on? Hey, Tracy C. Hey, crazy homebody girl. Hey, Tanya Boo. What's up? Tanya, how cold was it up over there in your neck of the woods? I know you're a little bit south and west of me. How cold was it over there? Because I woke up to 12. Hey, green girl. Mm-hmm. Child, ghetto ain't even the word for what this place is, honey. I ain't paying you no mind, Tracy C. I'm not paying you no mind, Tracy C. Don't tell me nothing. I ain't paying you no mind. None at all. I'm not falling for the trap, Tracy C. Nope, 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 nope. Nope, 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 nope. Hey, Kawale. Child. Oh, it was 5 degrees? Oh, dear God. School's still out? DPG? Child. Hey, DPG. It was 10 degrees for you, Miss Shorty B, baby. It is cold. Hey, Karen. Montrez, what's good, bro? Child. They did say it's supposed to get back down to the teens this weekend. Now I gotta go down to Florida. I gotta go down to Tallahassee this weekend for a funeral. But it ain't supposed to get no better this weekend. Hey, Terrence, what's good, bruh? What's going on, sir? How the hell are you? Your walkway is pure ice. I'm glad the ice finally melted here. You got to work tomorrow. Well, I worked today. Yeah, I worked today. Oh, it was 13 over there. Child, it was 12 up here, honey. Y'all was at 8 and felt like -2 at 6 a.m. Grown woman, don't try me, child. Now wait a minute. How was it colder down here than it was in New York? A mess. A whole ass mess. You say the snow ain't going nowhere. Hey Terry, what's up? I'm not playing. I'm not listening to Tracy, y'all. I am not listening to Tracy. Pay Tracy no mind, y'all. I'm not gonna let her gaslight me today. Today is the warmest day of the week. Ooh, child. Well, how warm is it, Montrez? What's the temperature? It's 64 down in South Florida. Now, Precious Jewel, what part of South Florida you in? You know, I'm from Miami. What part of South Florida you from, Precious Jewel? You in Miami-Dade, Broward, or Palm Beach? Hey, Miss E. Y'all finally got above freezing for a little while. You over in Dallas? Oh, okay. I didn't know it was still that cold over there in Dallas. Hey, Savon. Savon say, baby, I'm so sick of this weather. Child. You up there in Indianapolis, baby, that cold ain't going nowhere from not way up there in Indianapolis, ain't going nowhere. It was 32 or 34. Y'all weren't doing that bad, Montrez. I woke up to 12 if you needed me. 12. Cha. Girl. My nephew had a truck run to Buffalo and they changed it to Tennessee. He arrived saying, well, that's good because, you know, they may still have ice over there in Tennessee. Hero. Hero. Hey, hey. Hey, hey. Oh, you over in Broward? Okay. Technically, my house in Miami. I'm closer to most things in Broward than I am in Dade County because I'm right by the stadium. So you know I'm right there, right off the county line, not far from county line. And so technically, there are more things in Broward closer to me than things in Miami-Dade County. Mm. Baby, we got a long way to go, Demetri. I can't even say I'm ready for it because we got a long way to go. A long way to go. We go back to freezing tonight. We will be in the 20s tonight, child. We're supposed to be in the 20s tonight, too, I think. Let me see. So apparently tonight, we're supposed to get down to 25. It's supposed to get down to 25 tonight. Tomorrow it's supposed to get down to 24. Um Friday we are going to stay at 24 and then Saturday we get down to 17. The high on Saturday will be 25. That'll be the high on Saturday if you need us. And then Sunday, they're calling for rain and snow on Sunday. hmm hmm That's not going to be fun. Not at all. Especially when I'm going to be driving back. God be with me. Looking forward to I'm not looking for the bugs and having to cut grass every other week. Child. I know the feeling, Harold. Hey, Uncle Jay. Hey, Side Mirror. Y'all hold on. Let me take this call. Sorry about that, y'all. Um Now, oh, we going back to 14 tonight. I guess I shouldn't complain about going down to what did I say we was going down to 25? Yeah, 25 tonight. I guess I shouldn't complain about my 25. I'm gonna complain about my 12 that I had this morning, though. I'm always gonna complain about 12. I'm sorry. 12 is not of God. Cha. Yeah. Oh, Kawale said thank you, Kawale, for your cash app. Thank you so much for your contribution. Thank you, my love. I appreciate that. I was not looking for that. And sometimes God will bless you when you ain't even looking for it. So let's go ahead and get this party started. Y'all know we have a lot to talk about. I got to get out of here on time today because I have a meeting at 7 o'clock that I have to be on, and then I'm supposed to be on a live at 8:30. Then I have another live at 9:30. So there's gonna be a lot of me today. You're gonna get a lot of me today. A lot of me today. Oh yeah, it did feel like it was 5. Yeah, it was 12, but it felt like it was 5. You're right. Mm-hmm. 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 I'm just saying. Yeah, it was. What is that noise? It sound like. Oh, okay. I think that's something on one of these wheels. Oh, wait. I thought I saw something. I did. Okay. Oh, because I was like, that was gonna bother me, y'all. It was this little piece of plastic on the wheel. So every time I turned the wheel, this piece of plastic was making this noise. I'm like, what is this noise? It was gonna bother me, y'all. I'm sorry. Anyway, go ahead and put a Shondo in the chat. Let me know y'all ready to get this party started. Because if y'all ain't ready, I'm ready. Hey, Lady D, what's going on, my love? Hey, Miss Pretty Amazing. So I complained it was negative 10 here the other day. The high is 19 in Michigan. Hello. Michigan is way up here. Atlanta is way down here. There's no reason we should have comparable weather. No reason at all. The weather in Michigan should be comparable to the weather in Atlanta. None at all. Because me waking up to 12 is and feels like 4 or 5 is not of God. Not at all. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Okay, it look like we ready to get this party started. Well, if y'all ready, I guess I'm ready. And with that being said, if y'all ready, then I'm ready. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, non-binary gender conforming members of our audience, I bring to you the late great Larry Myers to help us usher in our Sugar Spike segment.
Oh, God. You see, this is the part that I like.
Major sugar spike.
So loved the world, I want to fight. That he gave his only begotten son.
Major sugar spike.
And who shall ever believe?
Major sugar spike.
They shall not perish, but have everlasting life.
Taste the biscuit.
Jesus! I wish somebody help me.
Jesus. Thank you, Larry. So we start off the Sugar Spike segment. Hey, Cherise. We start off the Sugar Spike segment with some news that broke up about an hour or two ago. I don't know about no virus running around in no airport. Not in the airport. I heard about the virus over in in Asia with the bats and stuff. That's not curable, but I ain't heard about nothing in the airport. Anyway, I did not see the members only chat, Tracy. Hey, Dare Show podcast. So listen, we start off the sugar spike segment with news that there was yet another shooting at the hands of federal agents. Let me say that again. There was yet another shooting at the hands of federal agents. A person was shot in an incident involving U.S. Border Patrol in Arivaca, Arizona. A Pima County Sheriff's Department spokesperson told news outlets. The shooting occurred early this morning. The Santa Rita Fire District said emergency responders provided first aid at the scene, and the person was taken to a hospital in unknown condition. The FBI described the incident as, quote, an alleged assault on a federal officer, end of quote, and said, quote, the subject was taken into custody, end of quote. Now, they're saying right now that the last time I checked, they're saying that the person is in critical condition. At last check on the matter, the person is in critical condition. That noise, God, sorry. The person is in critical condition. That is the latest information that we have on said person. They have not released the name of the person, but they said it was around 9 miles north of the U.S. Mexico border. I don't know. Listen, y'all know with these incidents involving federal agents, we don't know what to believe. If there's no video evidence of it, do not expect me to believe a word coming out of the federal government. Do not expect me to believe a word. If there's no video evidence, we believe nothing. We believe nothing at all. So until we can get video evidence, we believe nothing. But at last check, as I stated, the person is in critical condition, meaning there's the possibility that they could lose their life. Mm-hmm. 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 Now they did say that the Pima County Sheriff's Department, I should say, is leading a use of force investigation involving Customs and Border Patrol agents involved in the shooting. That's all we have. They're not telling us anything. And the fact that there's either no video or they have the video, and by no stretch of the imagination, if they have the video, do you believe they're going to release that video? Why? Because then at that point, they can pretty much tell us whatever they want to tell us and expect us to believe it. Again, do not expect to see a video. Because if they have the video, that means they can control the narrative. So don't expect it. That's the update there. There was another breaking story just before if y'all notice, I was a couple minutes late. That's because I was getting information on breaking news that came out of the great state of Virginia just before we came on. So we got a little bit of bad news coming out of the great state of Virginia. A Virginia judge ruled that the Democratic Party would not be allowed to use their new, more favorable House map in the state in time for the November midterms. Tazewell County Circuit Judge Jack Hurley Jr. wrote in his ruling that Democrats violated legislative rules in how they convened for their special session on redistricting in the fall, and that the first passage of the constitutional amendment on redistricting did not take place before the state's 2025 elections. In order for the constitutional amendment to go before voters, it must be passed in the state legislature twice, with an election intervening in between the sessions. Quote, there is no rational conclusion except that the election began on the first day of voting, September 19th, and ended on November 4th, 2025. Therefore, the court finds that following the October 31st vote and passage of the redistricting amendment, has not been an ensuing general election of the House of Delegates. End of quote. So what he's saying is he's found a technicality. Technically, election day was November 4th, 2025, right? But the vote happened on October 31st, which is before November 4th, which means that there would be an election in between the two votes. However, he's saying that because early voting started on September 19th, they can't say that they did it before elections because early voting started on September 19th. So he's going with the early voting start, not the general election date. And because of that, that means that there won't be the opportunity to have the newly drawn map go into effect prior to the 2026 election. Here we are. Hey, Tracy W. Hey, Tamara. Here we are. They're going to find ways to split hairs to disenfranchise voters, and that's what all that means is that we have to vote, and we have to be even more deliberate and intentional in our voting and making our voices heard this coming November, so that there's no doubt, because they're going to look for any way to disenfranchise the American electorate. I just wanted to give that update to the people in the great state of Virginia who were counting on those new maps. Now, I'm sure there will be an appeal, and we'll keep you updated if we are provided with additional information. Well, we reported at the end of yesterday's show, just before we got off, that it was being reported that Greg Bovino had been demoted. Now, the Department of Homeland Security and the federal government has come out and said, no, this is not a demotion by any stretch of the imagination. That's what they said. They wanted it to be known that no, this isn't a demotion. All right. However, Border Patrol Commander Greg Bovino will no longer oversee immigration enforcement operations in Minnesota. And this is according to this administration, as much as we're supposed to believe them. Now, we know he had served as the face of the immigration's operations in Democratic-led cities. Now, the official who spoke on the condition of anonymity with news outlets said Bovino's departure was not a demotion. He wanted to leave Minnesota because of death threats, according to the official. And he's returning to his post as chief of the El Centro California sector,
and that was a mutual agreement. And he's soon expected to retire. Really. Again, splitting hairs. That's a fucking demotion. And what they tried to do is they're trying to give you do him a solid, because if he gets fired, then he doesn't get his pension. And they're demoting his ass, shipping his ass back off to El Centro. I don't even know where the fuck El Centro is. I don't even know how many people are in fucking El Centro, California, because I never even heard of El Centro before. So that tells you it's probably not even that many people down to the El Centro, California. So this is absolutely a demotion. They're forcing you out. This, oh, he wanted to he's going to retire. They're trying to save his ass because they know a reckoning is coming. So they're shipping his ass off to Siberia. El Centro, California, while the block is hot over in Minneapolis. Because they know your ass is supposed to be fired. And they're going to let you resign gracefully, keep your pension after you started all of this fuck shit. Now, let's be clear. These bitches saying that they're sending Tom Homan over there. Tom Homan is one of the worst and most vile people in this administration. Remember, it was Tom Homan during the 45 administration who was the architect of the whole plan to remove children from their families. That Tom Homan. The same Tom Homan who we reported on this platform that took bribes from covert FBI agents. He took a $50,000 bribe from a covert FBI agent. That's why you don't see his ass all over the place. Remember at the beginning of the Trump administration, Tom Homan's bitch ass was every the fuck where. And then that whole debacle happened where it got leaked that he had taken a bribe from a covert FBI agent. And then what happened? We didn't see his fuck ass know the fuck where. So you telling me that you're sending Tom Homan to Minneapolis instead of Greg Bovino? Pot, kettle, I mean, both the same. Pick one. Vomit or diarrhea. Which one do you want? Vomit or, it's like said, which one do you want? Vomit or diarrhea? Which one? Pick one. But the bitch was demoted. He was demoted. Don't hand me this fuck shit. Yeah, y'all demoted his ass. You did his ass a solid and said, yeah, let's go ahead and let you retire so you can keep your pension. And I think they did that because he knows too much. And they know if his ass get fired, that bitch ain't shit. He's a weak, puss ass, feckless ass coward. That's what Greg Bovino is. And they know as soon as the block gets hot for him and he's fired and is facing charges, he's going to sing like a fucking bird. So what do? Demote your ass. We're going to say it's not a demotion, and we're going to let you go over there and let you retire and keep your pension. Otherwise, his ass was going to be gone. I'm just saying. Can I get one of the hall monitors? I think Dimitri or somebody. Can one of the hall monitors go over there on Twitch and take care of whoever Paul Paisley is, please? Thank you. Hall monitors. One of the hall monitors. Can y'all go over there and take care of Mr. Paul Paisley over on Twitch? Now, Let me see what y'all saying. Hmm. It's a demotion via removal. Right. It's a goddamn demotion. He can be touched easier than El Centro. Child. He did get scared like the bitch he is. That's duty until retirement. It's in the middle of the desert between San Diego. Okay. Like I had never even heard of El Centro. Child. Chicago to Minnesota. He was over there in Chicago where they had Black Hawk helicopters with ICE agents raining down on black neighborhoods. Oh, Paul Paisley. I thought he's on YouTube, not on Twitch. I thought he was on Twitch. Oh, hall monitors. Yeah, y'all know what to do. Yeah. I thought he was Tracy. Did you take care of Paul? Okay, good. Appreciate it. I don't know who that was. Hey, lovely 31 Blueprint. I don't know who Paul was. Hey, Paul. That's not our Paul, though. We know our Paul. That ain't our Paul. Anyway, Gregory, your ass was absolutely demoted. We know what this is. We know exactly what this is. Okay, we're not stupid. We're not stupid. Oh, Paul gone. Okay, we got Paul. Okay, good. Greg, I'm not gonna even tell you to go with God. Go to hell and rot and die, you rat bastard. In more ICE news. And then there's this. Minnesota's top federal judge has summoned the acting head of ICE to appear before him on Friday, warning he may be held in contempt for allegedly defying court orders. Chief U.S. District Judge Patrick Schiltz demanded ICE lead Todd Lyons, who you see pictured there, explain himself personally in a 3-page order issued Monday evening, declaring that, quote, the court's patience is at an end of quote. The rebuke follows weeks of tilting anger during the so-called, quote, Operation Metro Surge, end of quote, the Trump administration's large-scale, aggressive, and now deadly immigration enforcement campaign in Minneapolis, St. Paul. Judge Schiltz, appointed by former President George W. Bush, accused the Trump administration of deliberately delaying and ignoring judicial directives across Minnesota's federal courts. His order came in the case of a man he had ordered released on January 15th, who remained in custody as of Monday night. The judge said the government's noncompliance had caused, quote, significant hardship, end of quote, to immigrants, many of whom had lived and worked legally in the United States for years. He described detained individuals being sent to Texas when they should remain in Minnesota or being released far from home without means to return. Other Minnesota federal judges have voiced similar concerns. U.S. District Judge Michael Davis, a Clinton appointee, accused the administration of attempting to, quote, defy court orders and deny non-citizens their due process, end of due process rights, end of quote. And it goes on and on. Sir, what they said is carry your ass to this motherfucking courtroom by Friday or it's going to be a problem. Now, I have every reason to believe he may not come. I have every reason to believe he may not come and defy court orders even more. These people don't give a damn about court orders. They don't give a damn. And so here we are. I want him not to come. I want him to try to flex and say, fuck you, I ain't coming. And see where we go from there. I want him to be held in contempt. Now, this is the person whose face you don't see often. And I want you to pay attention, okay? Todd Lyons is the current head of the actual current head of ICE. Todd Lyons. You don't see his face anywhere. You don't hear his name anywhere. But he is the head of ICE, Immigration and Customs Enforcement. You always see that bitch Christie every fucking where. You see Greg Bovino every fucking where. And Greg Bovino isn't even a part of ICE. Greg Bovino is commander of Customs and Border Patrol, not ICE. The actual head of ICE is this man, who we never see, and who's violating court orders. This goes back to what I told you all yesterday, the difference between law enforcement and ICE. ICE is not law enforcement. The FBI is the federal law enforcement agency. Law enforcement, ICE, two totally separate entities. So, Green Girl. Green Girl said, "What the fuck you got going on with your neck, sir? What is happening here?" It is a lot going on here. There's a lot going on in this neck area. Oh, dear God. If we can call that a neck. Oh, dear Lord. Yeah, what's going on, sir? Mm, mm, mm. You said they're trying to build a detention center in Stafford, Virginia. Hell, they have tens of billions of fucking dollars. So they got almost limitless money. Hey, Joba. Sir, you need to go report to the judge's chambers or go to that courthouse. Okay? And leave us alone. But the point that I was making was, we need to see his face more. He's the fucking head of ICE. And when ICE rolls, his motherfucking ass needs to be in jail. His ass needs to be brought up on charges. Him and that bitch Christie. That bitch Christie, she needs to be brought up on charges as well. And all of this fodder all over Washington, D.C. about that bitch Christie possibly being impeached. I don't want to hear no parts of it. Listen, because even if by some chance the Dems take over the House and they have impeachment proceedings and they go forward with impeaching her, she won't be removed, because you're never going to get 60 votes in the House. I mean, in the Senate, to remove a Trump appointee. You will never get 60 votes in the Senate to remove a Trump appointee. Trump was impeached twice and never left office. Trump was impeached twice, never left office, because the Senate is never going to do that. That bitch Christie sounds like a reality show. It might as well be. Fuck shit we living in. Rand Paul, who ain't shit himself, let's be clear. Let's not mix words. He ain't shit. However, he sent strongly worded letters to the heads of Immigration and Customs Enforcement, Customs and Border Patrol, and the U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services. Now, as you know, Rand Paul is the chair of the Senate Homeland Security Committee. So he's supposed to have oversight over that bitch Christie. So in the letter, he called them to Capitol Hill to testify to testify before his committee amid the growing public controversy over immigration enforcement operations in Minneapolis and several other communities. Senator Paul informed the leaders of these immigration agencies in a tersely worded letter that, quote, Congress has an obligation to conduct oversight of what is an exceptional amount of funding, end of quote. He went on in his letter to say, quote, Congress has an obligation to conduct oversight of those tax dollars and ensure the funding is used to accomplish the mission, provide proper support for our law enforcement, and most importantly, protect the American people, end of quote. Let me go back to the wording in this letter because Rand Paul worded it right. He said, provide proper support for our law enforcement. Because these agencies provide support for law enforcement. They're not law enforcement, they provide support for law enforcement. Now, I want no parts of this political theater that they're going to try to have in front of cameras on Capitol Hills. Fuck that shit. All I want to hear is ICE is abolished. That's it. That's all. Abolish ICE. We're not going to mince words here. We're not going to do this. We need proper training. We don't know. The shit needs to go. ICE has been around since 2003. The man who shot fucking Renee Good has been an employee of ICE for 8+ years. He was a trainer and trained people on how to work and operate as an ICE agent and what the protocols were. He's a trainer. He shot Renee Good. The man who shot Alex Preddy worked for ICE for 7+ years. I think I got the years right. I think the guy who shot Renee Good was 7 years, and the guy who shot Alex Preddy was 8 years. But somewhere around there. Point that I'm making is these are bastards who have worked for ICE for quite some time. So I don't want to hear nothing about training. I don't want to hear nothing about, oh, they need to be redirected. Oh, it needs to be fixed. The shit needs to be abolished. That's it. That's all. Get rid of the shit. Throw the shit away. And that's it. That's all. That's it. That's all. You know, I got a real long drop dead list. A real long one. So we'll see how this goes. Uh-huh. We'll see how this goes. For those of you in the DMV area, oh, I forgot. Shoot. Before I get to that story, I'm sorry. I did forget one other story. I'm just gonna. I don't have a graphic for it, so I'm just gonna show bitch ass Greg Bovino. So I did have one other story, and the story is now. Hold on, y'all know the perfectionist in me, right? So the perfectionist in me is not gonna be okay without having a graphic for that story. Hold on. Because the perfectionist in me is not going to be okay if I don't have the graphic for that. I have it. I just forgot to put it. So let me get that real fast. Hold on. Because I'm a perfectionist, and the perfectionist in me wants to have the graphic for that. Okay. Dear Lord. All right. Now we're ready. Okay. So before we get to Eleanor Holmes Norton, I did have some more news in Minnesota. So we got the one judge that said that that Mr. Lyon, right, Todd Lyon, needed to report to his chamber because they was violating court orders. Well, then we have this fuck shit. A federal appeals court on Monday declined to reimpose restrictions on federal agents at protests in Minnesota, refusing the ACLU's plea to do so following this week's fatal shooting. The 8th U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals panel sided with the Trump administration, ruling that limits imposed by a judge earlier this month were too broad and vague. Quote, a wrong call could end in contempt, yet there is little in the order that constrains the district court's power to impose it. End of quote. And that's what the panel wrote in their unsigned opinion. The ruling lasts until the Eighth Circuit resolves the administration's appeals in normal course. So what that means is the federal agents are allowed to be just as violent, just as deadly, just as brutal as they have been, at least until the court makes a final decision on the use of force by federal agents. So what they're saying is, we don't care. They could go out there and do whatever they want while it's in the courts. How long will that last? Who knows? It could be a year, 2 years before we make a decision. So they have the freedom to do all of their fuck shit until an adjudication is made. It's not going to stop. Hope you weren't waiting on the judicial branch to save us. Conveniently, Katrina. For those in DC, well, here's some news that you could use. U.S. Delegate Eleanor Holmes Norton, who has represented the District of Columbia in the United States Congress for 35 years, has confirmed her retirement following news that her team filed paperwork to terminate her reelection campaign. She said in a statement, quote, with pride in our accomplishments, gratitude to DC, and confidence in the next generation, I announce I'll retire at the end of this term. The privilege of public service is inseparable from the responsibility to recognize when it's time to lift up the next generation of leaders. For DC, that time has come. End of quote. The time has come. That time came, passed, came again, passed, came again, passed, came again, passed. The time had come 15 plus years ago. And 15 years ago, you were still 73. You were 73, ma'am, 15 years ago. So I might need to say the time had come and passed 20 years ago. On most jobs, when somebody approaches late 60s, 70s, or the age of 70 at least, we looking at you like, hey, bro, hey, sis, it's time for you to go ahead and retire. It's time to get this shit up. You have worn out your effectiveness. The woman did 35 years in Congress, right? Most people ain't trying to do 35 years on their job. I'm just going to be honest with you. 35 years. 35 years ago, she was still 53. I don't blame her. I blame you people who live in DC and vote in DC. I blame really B. She voted in DC. I blame who else over there in DC? What crazy homebody girl? Do you vote in DC? Candace F. Do you vote in DC? Where all my not all of the DMV people are in hiding, right? They ain't coming out right now. They all hiding. Which one of y'all over there voting in the district? Right, Diamond Pearl Jim, you gotta know when to hold 'em, know when to fold 'em, know when to walk away, know when to run. You never count your money. When you're sitting at the table, there'll be time enough for counting when the deal is done. So now everybody vote outside of DMV. I vote in Virginia. I vote in Maryland. Everybody, ain't nobody in DC, right? Look at Chimera. I vote in Northern Virginia. Hey, Bama girl. Everybody outside of the district now. Y'all ain't right. Y'all ain't right. Steny Hoyer is like in his 90s, ain't he? How old is Steny Hoyer? Steny Hoyer got to be 90. Let me see. Steny Hoyer is 86. He might as well be 90. Y'all been voting for him since God was a child. Y'all been voting for this man, Steny Hoyer, since God was a child. He is, I think he's the longest serving member of Congress. He's been in Congress since 1981. A whole lot of people were not alive on this platform right now in the year of our Lord, 1981. 45 years. 45 years. And you people up there in Maryland kept voting for him. So y'all looking crazy at the district. What about y'all over there in Maryland that keep voting Steny Hoyer in there? I'm sure he's senile as hell. No, that's the lady over. Well, they are saying that she had dementia, but there's another congresswoman out of Texas who was in a convalescent home for like almost a year before they found her ass. She the only one on the ballot because y'all don't y'all won't get nobody else to run. Somebody need to go run. Now, Kia from DC, I'm sure somebody runs against her every year in the primaries, and y'all keep putting her back in there. I'm not talking about the general election. I'm talking about in the primaries when y'all can get her up out of there. Now, Reese's Pieces, who do you vote for in the primaries? Look at the inform. That ain't my district. Everybody claiming somebody else. Mama Bees, you over there voting for Steny Hoyer? That's your district? I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Right, we need to call the roll, Demetria. Call the roll. We gonna have to call the roll. And make sure that we get these people out of there. But there's no. Why is Maxine Waters still in Congress? She 86 or 87 or something like that. How old is Maxine Waters? I know she in her late 80s. I think she like 86 or 87. Why is she still in Congress? Lord. And I'm not saying that we don't love these people down, but baby, you need to go sit down somewhere. Shady Pines, Mom. Shady Pines. Go sit the fuck down somewhere. Cause I ain't got this type of time. I'm just saying. Nancy Pelosi finally retiring, and she in her goddamn 80s. Right, they kept putting John Conyers back in. Made no damn sense. Why the fuck is oh, why I can't think of this man name who I can't stand. Y'all know who I can't stand. Out of South Carolina. Oh man, y'all know who I'm talking about. Oh man, the man gets on my damn nerves. But why the hell is he still here? He in his 80s. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Oh God. Out of South Carolina, who irks my nerves. Oh, I can't stand that man. Clyburn. Clyburn. That's who I'm thinking about. Clyburn. Yes. I know Clyburn in his 80s. How old? Let me see how old Clyburn is. I know Clyburn in his 80s. If he ain't aging well. He's 85. Why are these people still here? The man is 85. Well, we know why he's still here. He gerrymandered the district and cost the Democratic Party seats just so he could secure his own seat. We remember Jim Clyburn. Just saying. But thank you for your service, Eleanor. But it's been time. All right, ma'am. Thank you for your service, Eleanor. Ma'am, Mother Eleanor, go with God.
Go with God.
Go with God, Crispy.
So our UPS has announced that and if y'all got, and I bring this up because there's a lot of us who work down to the UPS, or as my uncle calls it, ups. They do be having some fine men's in them brown uniforms, yeah. Down to the ups. But UPS announced today that it would cut up to 30,000 operational roles in 2026. Again, they announced today that they will be cutting up to 30,000 operational roles in 2026. They already cut $48,000 over the last year and a half and closed over 93 facilities. So they're cutting an additional 30,000 jobs. So if you know people, you got family, friends, loved ones that work for the UPS, just tell them, baby, go ahead and dust off the resume. Use the little AI thing and have it create you a better resume, and go ahead, because it won't be long. It won't be long. Hey, Cheryl. No, I think Strom Thurmond retired right before he died. He retired and died, I think. I know Dianne Feinstein died in office, but I think he retired, and a couple months later he dropped dead. And I hope he's in the 9th level of hell. Hope he's burning in hell, rat bastard. Hey, Miss Bay Thing. So let's talk about the tickety talk. So people are saying that TikTok is now shadow banning, or just outright not allowing for content that is anti-Trump. They're saying that You can't search for or use content that mentions the word Epstein. Um, but this is what happens. This is what happens. This is what happens. We're in an authoritarian dictatorship. Do you believe that in said authoritarian dictatorship, as the dictator starts to buy all of these corporations or have his friends buy these conglomerates, that you're just going to be able to talk about him or say whatever the fuck you want to say about him? Many content creators over on TikTok are saying when they have millions of followers and subscribers and are used to getting millions of views, and now are reduced to just hundreds, if that. Larry Ellison and Oracle purchased TikTok. They might as well have just let TikTok be banned. Remember, it was banned and it went away, and now it's now we're doing this, right? I don't know. Here we are. All of y'all people that's down to the TikTok saying, "Oh, I ain't going to vote. I ain't got nothing to worry about. I'm making my money over here. Oh, they'll never get rid of TikTok. Oh, they'll never do that." They ain't get rid of it. They just changed it and got rid of its usefulness. Oh well. I went over there to TikToks anyway. I listen. I value my brain cells. I never was really over there. I have a TikTok account because I didn't want nobody to take my name. But am I over there? I don't even go look at stuff on TikTok. Nope. Anyway, well, and then there's this. A unit of ICE, that's U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, will be present during the upcoming Winter Games. And that news has set off concern and confusion in Italy. The Winter Games coming up in just a week and a half. I believe the opening ceremonies is the I believe the opening ceremonies is it the same night as the Super Bowl or the night before the Super Bowl? Hold on. I believe the opening ceremonies is either the same night as the Super Bowl or the night before. Let me see. Winter Games opening ceremony. It is on the Friday before the Super Bowl. So when we go on the cruise, that Friday night is the opening ceremonies for the Winter Games over in Italy. So the people are like, now, how the fuck we get in y'all American fuck shit? And the Italian population is expressing outrage on the at the inclusion of an agency that has dominated headlines for across the globe. Homeland Security Investigations, a unit within ICE that focuses on cross-border crimes, frequently sends its officers to overseas events like the Olympics to assist with security. Um, these officers are separate from the ICE arm at the forefront of the immigration crackdown known as enforcement and removal operations. And there was no indication the enforcement and removal operations were being sent to Italy. That distinction, however, wasn't immediately clear to local media when this news broke, and they were outraged in Italy. Mhm. The Italians said We don't want it. Don't tell us no fuck shit about, oh, these not the same ones that you see on the TVs. We don't give a damn. When we see ICE, we don't want that fuck shit. Matter of fact, we don't need none of y'all bullshit from America. We don't want it. Return to sender. Leave us the fuck alone. We good over here. We don't need a fuck thing from y'all bitch asses. Leave us the fuck alone. Go away. Go with God. Get the fuck away from us. Here we are. The United States that always heralded itself as being the shiny city up on the hill is now the world's pariah. Mm-hmm. The beacon, the city up on a hill, the golden city up on a hill for everybody to look at and desire to be like, is now a pariah. Here we are. Here we are. Oh well. In our last sugar spiky story, well, the American Academy of Pediatrics is once again breaking from federal guidance, releasing a revised 2026 immunization schedule that restores vaccination recommendations the government removed earlier this month. Yesterday, the American Academy of Pediatrics released its 2026 recommended child and adolescent immunization schedule, continuing to advise vaccinations for hepatitis A and B, meningococcal, meningococcal disease, rotavirus, influenza, and RSV. Those illnesses were taken off the routine schedule for all children in recent updates from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. While the American Academy of Pediatrics linked to the CDC's current schedule in its announcement, it emphasized that it does not support the revised federal guidance. When the CDC changes were first announced, the American Academy for Pediatrics labeled them, quote, dangerous and unnecessary, end of quote. And we've chronicled this over here, y'all. We've talked about this. We've talked about this at length over here. Okay, this is not new. We have chronicled this. I know I had hold on. I know I had the link to it. Hold on. I know I had the link. Hold on. Here it is. Okay. I don't know if it'll fit because sometimes it's real. If it's too long, it doesn't fit. Let me know if that hold on. Let me know if y'all got that. Let me see if I can see it on my end. Yeah, it works on my end. So I put that link in the chat. Y'all know we are about information, we are about informing, and we always want you all to be at the forefront of news. Hey, Brittany, Janae, you may have children, grandchildren, nieces, nephews, family, friends, loved ones, godchildren. Um, give the parents, or you utilize it yourself, that link so you can print it out, or you can follow the guidance of the American Academy of Pediatrics, because these are the scientists, these are the people who have devoted their lives to the study of pediatrics and are trying to keep children alive and not kill people. So I wanted to make sure I had that link for you all so that you can click on that link and you can get to that there. Okay. Um, it'll be in the chat. Matter of fact, I am also going to put the link in the description box. I'm going to put the link in the description box so that even if you missed it, you'll have it not only in the chat, but it'll also be in the description box of this. It'll also be in the description box of this video. All right. So there's that. Save. Good. Beautiful. All right. It's time for our video breakdowns today. We have several. We have about 7 video breakdowns today. All right. Can I tell y'all, I love the video breakdowns. They are a great break in the monotony. They give us a good laugh. They allow us to cleanse our palates from the fuck shit and fuckery of the sugar spike segment and let us just whoosh. Right. All right. So let's see our first video breakdown. I know what the first one is. As we are transitioning out of the sugar spike segment, the first one is a politician. This is an example of how I want my politicians to speak. This is what I'm looking for when I look to hear a politician at a debate. This is how I want a politician to speak.
One key policy plan that distinguishes me, and there are several, to accept no corporate PAC money and to fight for campaign finance reform and a ban on corporate PAC money. I'm proud that I was endorsed by End Citizens United, and I will fight to end Citizens United when I get to the United States Senate. My opponents have taken millions of dollars in corporate PAC money. And I mentioned earlier, Congressman Krishnamurthy has accepted money from the CTO of Palantir, but it doesn't stop there. Let me tell you who else he's accepted money from. From Donald Trump's MAGA advisors. Corporate PAC money from some of the corporations that are working to build Donald Trump's personal golden ballroom. And here we are, and I'm standing on the stage with my opponent, Congressman Krishnamurthy, who, as they started to attack the city of Chicago last summer, he went onto the House floor in Washington, D.C. and voted to thank ICE. He's accepted funding from ICE contractors. That is not the example of somebody who's going to stand up to Donald Trump and fight for all of our communities. I want to abolish ICE because this agency cannot be reformed. And what I will tell you is I'm not going to the United States Senate to find something to agree with Donald Trump on. I'm going to the United States Senate to represent you and take your voices with me.
That's what I need. I don't need all of this fuck shit. I don't need all of this trying to thread the needle and all of this bullshit that we get out of the Democrats. I need that level of fight and more. Now, Juliana Stratton is the current lieutenant governor of the great state of Illinois, who's running to get the Senate seat being vacated by Dick Durbin. She is an AKA for those people who are wondering, but she's the current a lieutenant governor of the great state of Illinois, and she's running for that Senate seat being being vacated by Dick Durbin. I'm here for Juliana Stratton. That's what I need. Call the bitches out and say point blank, I'm not here to try to find places to agree with that bitch on. I'm not here for that fuck shit. I'm here to represent my people, and y'all don't want no parts of his fuck shit. I'm here for all parts of her. That's what I need. That's what we need. That's what we're looking for. We're not looking for this bullshit that we see. Shout out to Juliana Stratton lieutenant governor of the great state of Illinois at that debate they were having for the Democratic primary at the U.S. Senate. Okay. She said what she said, Tanya. She said she ain't going to play with these puss assholes. I ain't here for none of this fuck shit. I was here for it. Here's our next video breakdown. Where's the next video breakdown, L Teddy? Oh, right there.
Babe. Sorry, why you always so mad? Leave me alone when I'm using the bathroom. You always act fishy in there. What's going on? Some type of privacy in this relationship. Hey, come on, bro. Babe, why are you overreacting like that? Dude, started kissing. I ain't with that. I can change it, babe. You don't have to get all in on me. Nah, if I don't know you was watching this out of state. Babe, you're getting all scary and stuff for why? You trying to play me, bro? I ain't with that. I mean, clearly, I never said you were. You think I'm trying to watch that? No. Huh? Baby, come give me a good night kiss. Good night. Night. Wait, you don't want to have fun? Oh, I'm tired. You've been tired the last 5 months. I want nothing to do with that. What'd you say? I didn't know this head wrap was so nice.
So what can I get started for y'all tonight?
Can I get the salad and tell him to really toss it?
I'll see if the kitchen can do that. What about you, ma'am?
I'll do the salad as well. Don't toss it though.
All right, sounds good. I got you guys coming right up.
Like your earrings.
Hey, appreciate it, man. I just got them.
And your shoes.
Okay, I'll be right back with your order.
You seem awfully fond of our waiter.
I think he looked mad familiar. I think I might know him from somewhere.
Babe, I want you to meet my brother.
You never told me you had a brother.
Hi, my name is John.
Hey. Hey, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. I've heard a lot about you. She told me a lot.
Are you,
Am I gay? Yes, I'm gay. Is that a problem?
No. I mean, he looked like the boy version of you, too.
He does, huh? And do? Our whole family look good.
And do? It is gonna be a problem.
Wait, what? Why? You don't like him or something? Why?
I be seeing a lot of that. Here's our next video breakdown.
Mercy, he just saying they jumping up and down. I don't know what they got going on. They better sit down before they mess around and hurt something, trim. Boy, sit down. Boy, you gonna be done tear something loose in that kitchen. Sit down somewhere knocking over them groceries.
Oh. I need to see that again.
Mercy, he just saying they jumping up and down. I don't know what they got going on. They better sit down before they mess around and hurt something, trim. Boy, sit down. Boy, you gonna be done tear something loose in that kitchen. Sit down somewhere knocking over them groceries.
Fran, you saw what I saw, right, Fran? Oh, you saw it, Fran. Don't act like that. Here's our next video breakdown.
All right, step 1. Season until your ancestors say stop.
Listen, this is normal.
That's too much.
You think I could borrow one of y'all's ancestors?
Hell nah, crazy ass question. Last time y'all borrowed an ancestor, we ain't get them back. We ain't falling for that again. Whole slave trade started. Nah, we not sharing ancestors, bro. Don't switch it up. You finished low seasoning that food.
And then there's that. You're not borrowing nothing from us. Nothing. Sorry. Not sorry. Here's our next video breakdown.
It's really, I promise you.
And this
it's
is
really
erect? This is erect?
Yes. I always tell him you were supposed to be a girl. It's no way you were supposed to be a man with that size. I told him you need to humble yourself. No one's going to take you with that little ass penis that you have. You're stingy as fuck with money. He's a good dad to his children. Outside of that, you ain't got nothing. You're 38. You live with your mom. I'm 46.
Ma'am.
Yes.
But he got you with that little dick, ma'am.
He got me with that little. He got me with that little dick.
I'll let you go.
Personality,
ma'am.
The person that he,
ma'am.
He did.
All it took to hook
He
you.
did.
That little
He
dick
did.
got you fucked up.
He
That little
got
dick
no.
fucked
It
you
no.
up. So
No.
listen, ma'am.
No.
Ma'am. You can
It
say
never
what
had
you
me
want.
fucked
Listen,
up.
I've counseled thousands of women.
It never had me
And the
fucked
fact
up.
that you had to come on here and mention that man's little disability, you had to mention his disability. You liked that disability, and you put that little disability in your mouth and everything else.
I never said I didn't.
So why
See,
you fronting on
I'm
his?
gonna
So
be
why
honest
you?
with you.
But why you fronting on his disability now, though?
No, I'm.
4 for 4 much? I mean, at least 4 for 4 is not living at his mom house and has a great personality and don't mind spending money. Baby, you over there dealing with somebody that don't got his own, that living with his mom, and you putting up, mm-mm, 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 mm-mm. Nope. Here's our next video breakdown. Oh, what number is? Oh, we just did that one. Hold on.
POV, this why you don't sit by your cousin during funerals.
Yes, I know. I said I know. He watches. He watches me. I see. Because.
Listen, now Tanya met my family. She know you can't sit next to nobody in my family. Not with that foolishness. And because we got a singing family. And you damn sure couldn't be sitting next to nobody in my family with that foolishness. The way my family is loud. They are very loud. They're way louder than me. I am nothing compared to those people, okay? And really, P didn't believe me at first until she met those people. She was like, yeah, I see what you mean. But somebody in my family would probably get up and be like, would slowly walk up to the walk up front, grab the mic and say, let me just sing this for you, sweetheart. Just go have a seat. I told you, Tanya met my family. Those people ain't wrapped tightly. Honey. Baby, they don't play. They do not play round. Here's our last video breakdown.
What's the trashiest name you've ever heard?
There are two cousins from neighboring towns of where I'm from in Texas, and their last name is Cider, and their parents named them Dixon and Cayman. And I'll just let you guys say the full name, but I think that's it.
I'm gonna play that one more time so you can put that together.
What's the trashiest name you've ever heard?
There are two cousins from neighboring towns of where I'm from in Texas, and their last name is Cider, and their parents named them Dixon and Cayman. And I'll just let you guys say the full name, but I think that's it.
I just play the videos. That's all I do. That's it. That's all. As we belly flop out of the sugar spike segment and deeper into the dossier. For all of my makeup people, we got some news there. So Pat McGrath Labs is filing for bankruptcy. According to news outlets, they are struggling. They have been struggling to stay afloat. They were once valued at being worth $1 billion or more. And we're trying to sell the company last year, and now they're filing for bankruptcy. Now, they're saying that the Pat McGrath, who you see pictured there, she's a British Jamaican makeup artist. They said that the company started off with a flourish and did well, but now is not doing so hot, and they plan to file for bankruptcy. According to the USA Today, the company listed over $50 million in liabilities after filing for Chapter 11 bankruptcy last week on January 22nd. Now, back in December, they announced that they were preparing to put the company on the market after some signs of a decline in revenues and things. But yeah, they said basically it's no saving it at this point. Listen, I ain't got nothing to do with it. I didn't even know who this woman was prior to today. I don't know who or what Pat McGrath is. I know nothing about it. Yeah, everybody said you need to lower your prices. Listen, Miss McGrath, the people said it's too high. That's what the people say. That's what the people say. Pat, Pat, Pat. Girl, the people say you need to do better with them prices. Man, well, maybe you'll have a fire sale. Maybe you'll make a little money on the way out. I don't know what to tell you, ma'am. I have nothing for you, ma'am. I don't even wear makeup, so I don't know, ma'am. Ma'am, go with God.
Go with God. Go with God, Crispy.
Paul Pierce. I just really hate that he was a member of my beloved Boston Celtics. Anyway, retired NBA star Paul Pierce is facing a legal battle after a woman filed a lawsuit seeking to establish him as the father of her child. Princess Santiago, who you see pictured on the left, filed the paternity suit in a Los Angeles court yesterday, requesting that the Basketball Hall of Famer undergo a DNA test. And that's according to TMZ. Now, in the court documents, Ms. Santiago seeks to legally establish paternity for her child, who was born recently. Along with the DNA request, the filing reportedly includes requests for child support and payment of legal fees. Paul, you a ain't shit ass motherfucker. Let's be clear. She has worked with many people in the NBA. NBA players can tell you she ain't shit, and she's been looking to secure the bag for a long time. And you were the idiot that fell for it, okay? Paul, you deserve this just for being dumb. We don't care. Pay that woman her money and leave us the fuck out of it, okay? Sir, go with God.
Go with God. Go with God, Crispy.
Mario had a baby with that woman that he's married to. That's all I got. Her name is Esmeralda Rios or whatever. He had a baby with his girlfriend or whatever. He said, quote, "Women are God's greatest creation, because what I witnessed today was only God's work. Healthy baby boy." End of quote. Okay. All right. Again, go with God.
Go with God. Go with God, Crispy.
In other news, I'm sorry, y'all. I cannot muster up the energy for these people. A bitch just can't. A bitch cannot. I cannot, y'all. I don't have it to do with these people. So apparently there's a documentary coming out regarding America's Next Top Model, where Tyra Banks is getting ready to tell it all. It's supposed to be coming, I think, on Netflix. They already released the trailer. It's called Reality Check Inside America's Next Top Model, and it's a 3-part docu-series that takes a critical look at the long-running show's legacy. Listen, they're supposed to really unsurface and uncover, I should say, intimate details about things. She says that she went too far, I don't know. I mean, the show been off the air for how long? How long has America's Next Top Model been off the air? Baby, get over it. It's over, honey. I don't. Well, I guess Tyra might need a little money today. I don't know. Maybe she needs a couple coins or whatever. So Netflix paid her a little bit of money. I mean, go ahead, honey. I don't know. I mean, Tyra, listen, it's been off for 20 years. See, I'm just saying. But see, Tyra came up during a time where the modeling industry was brutal, especially to Black women and other women of color. It was brutal to all of the women, let's be clear, but more especially to Black women and other women of color. Okay. Um, and I just think these girls thought it was gonna be, lollipops, pixie dust, and cotton candy, and they was just gonna breeze through. And Tyra was trying to get them ready for what is a brutal industry. Now I'm a Tyra Banks fan. I ain't got no problem with Tyra. People be wanting everything, handed to them. They want everything sugar coated. They want everything just so soft and palatable. And a lot of industries are not that way. And I just think Tyra was out there trying to prepare them for the shit that they had to endure in the fashion industry. Hmm. I hear you, Katrina, but hey, a lot of industries have that amount, that style and level of hazing where people do this and that and the third. I ain't got nothing to do with it. I ain't got nothing to do with it. Um, um, the people say you went a little too far, Tyra. I don't. That's question. That's subjective. I'm just gonna say. But I mean, we're gonna let you tell your story. My question is, how many of the girls are coming back to tell their stories? We can't just hear one side of it now. We need everybody's side. Is Miss J coming to tell her story? Her part of it too? We need everybody out there telling their part of it. We need everybody out there. Is Nigel gonna be out there telling his part? Is J Manuel gonna be out there telling his part? We need everybody out there telling their part. And we need the models and stuff. Everybody need to get the whole story. We'll see. Are y'all gonna watch it? That's what I'm saying, Tracy. Anybody going out there to watch it? Katrina said, Tyra, the people don't see it for y'all. Oh, most of them coming on. Okay, yeah, y'all say most of them coming on. Okay, well then, are y'all watching it though? Y'all said they people coming out. DPG says no, and that came from DPG. I ain't got nothing to do with it. I ain't got nothing to do with it. Tracy says she's watching. Miss Baythang says, sorry, I don't have Netflix. Sorry, I ain't got it. I ain't got it. But she said, you didn't make the cut. Maybe if you had Peacock, you could have she would have watched. Maybe if you had Hulu, she would have watched, but she ain't gonna watch it. The Informed said he'll be here for it. So okay, well, some of them watching the documentary, Tyra. Some of them not watching the documentary. Tanya says she'll go over there and give it a peek. Well, I know Harold gonna be front and center. This right up your alley, Harold. I know, Harold. We gonna need you to come up here and give a review, give a full throated and thorough review. I'll give you the link one day so you can give us a full review of we'll do a panel on it. We'll have you come up and be on the panel with us. In other news, that's the bust down the baby. Now I thought we canceled him after all of his homophobia and stuff like that. well, they were saying that he was supposed to be at some MAGA event that's supposed to be happening on February 13th in Washington, D.C. He came out and said, hey, yeah, I'm not no, I'm not a part of that. He wrote on X, formerly Twitter, quote, anything mentioning my name in politics right now is fake news. Don't take the bait. End of quote. I don't think we cared, Mr. Baby, baby, whatever your name is. Sir, we canceled you after the Rolling Loud situation with all of your homophobia, okay? You've been canceled for several years now. We don't care. I mean, if you went or not, you might as well go and get the money. I mean, we don't care, sir, Mr. the baby or whatever your name is. We don't. You might as well go on over there and get the money. I promise you, we won't care. I promise you, we won't care. Get away from us. Go with God. Christian Keys has been sent a cease and desist. So he said that Sky Black, who you see on the right, is no longer on All the Queen's Men because he be too high. And so Sky Black's team sent Christian Keys a cease and desist. And so he had to take down all of his stuff off of social media. That's the biggest of your worries, the fact that you don't want people to think that you high. We can look at you and tell you be high all the fucking time, sir. Same way we look at you and see how you bleached your skin. Now, what you need to be concerned with, who you need to send cease and desist letters to, is all of your little bust downs in the greater Los Angeles area who cracked your fucking back. And I'm talking about those with XY chromosomes, sir. There's a whole lot of people running up and down the streets, not streets, but streets of LA with XY chromosomes that have stories to tell. They need to be the ones getting cease and desist letters, sir. Now, Christian Keys is a messy queen anyway. I don't see it for that messy queen anyway. This the same bitch that told us he had all of this shit to say about Tyler and how he was grabbing his ankle, how Tyler made him grab his ankles before he entered his rectum. Only then to shut the fuck up and backpedal and pussy pop off of that and act like it was nothing to see here and like we just made the shit up when he came over here and bothered us with the fuck shit. What you need to cease and desist on is trying to convince the people that you're allegedly a man who likes the cooch, because the people know better. The stories are there. The people are there to tell the stories. We knew what that marriage was about with that woman. And you needed a beard, and she was just dumb enough and gullible enough to think that you would have some kind of career when you can't act your way out of a wet paper bag. But let me shut up. Both of these people are ain't shit ass motherfuckers who shouldn't be on my fucking screen. Both of y'all get off my screen, okay? Go with God.
Go with God. Go with God, Crispy.
In our last story of the day, Lionel Richie and Earth, Wind, and Fire are coming together for a tour this summer. It's going to be called the Sing a Song All Night Long Tour. I'm here for it. I loves me some Earth, Wind, and Fire as a band head, okay? Anybody that was in a black marching band, you know you love Earth, Wind, and Fire, and Earth, Wind, and Fire can do no wrong. And I also like Lionel Richie, okay? So they're going on tour. this summer. Here, they're going to start off in St. Paul, Minnesota on June 24th. They'll be in Chicago, Illinois on June 26th. They'll be in Pittsburgh, June 30th. Detroit on July 1st. They'll be in Boston on July 8th. New York City on July 11th. It's a whole bunch of dates in between. Now, I'm just calling out just some of the big cities. They'll be in Philly on June 16th. They'll be in Greensboro, North Carolina, even on July Philadelphia on July 16th, and Greensboro, North Carolina on July 18th, and Atlanta on July 19th. They coming to Hollywood, Florida on July 24th. It's a bunch of dates. All the way, they'll end the tour in Austin, Texas on August 14th. They're coming to San Francisco, Seattle, Dallas, San Antonio, Denver, Orlando, New York, Hartford, Connecticut. They're coming to a bunch of places. Pittsburgh, and just go look it up. It's called the Sing a Song All Night Long Tour. I'm gonna see if I'm in town. And let me look at that date. I might be in town that time. If I'm in town, I'm gonna try to go because I love me some Earth, Wind, and Fire, and I love seeing Verdine and that damn hair. You know, Verdine gonna be on that bass guitar, shaking that goddamn hair. Okay, you know Verdine gonna be on that goddamn bass guitar, shaking that hair, and Philip Bailey gonna be hitting them high notes, touching heaven vocally. Okay. I'm just saying. Anyway, I'm gonna see how much the tickets. I might pay y'all a visit down to the Sing a Song All Night Long tour. Listen, that's the dossier for today. We got to get up out of here. I got a meeting at 7:00 that I got to be on, and I got things to do. I got 2 more lives today. We'll be on for the Housewives of Potomac and Married to Medicine live. We're going to be on Medusa's channel at 9:30 tonight. Can somebody put Medusa's link in the chat if you can for me, please? We will be on Medusa's channel tonight at 9:30 for that Potomac and Married to Medicine review panel with me, Darren Green, and Medusa. I got a meeting and some other stuff to do today. That's all I got for y'all. As I always say, I love y'all. I love on y'all. Thank you all for being vocal, present, and active. Thank you for doing what you do. Thank you for any and all contributions that you make to the channel. They are much obliged and much appreciated. Thank you again to my mind bad, y'all. Thank you again to Kawale, who sent the contribution to the channel earlier today. Thank you so much. Also, remember tomorrow is Wednesday. Tomorrow is Twitch Wednesday. So we will be only on Twitch tomorrow. Tomorrow we will be on Twitch only. So make sure that you come at our regular time, 5:00, over on Twitch tomorrow. No YouTube tomorrow, just Twitch. As we build up our Twitch following. Anyway, thank you for putting that link in the chat, Tracy. I'm about to get out of here. Until next time, thank y'all for coming. Y'all drive safely. I'm out. I'll see y'all next time.